Hi everyone, following you will see a tutorial on how to do this cute hat using stitch number 45. I just want to point out a couple of things. The first thing being that the rim of the hat and 6 rows of this hat is worked using a 3.5mm crochet hook. Then we do 2 rows using a 3mm crochet hook. Then we switch again on the last 2 rows and the rim of the hat using a 2.5mm crochet hook. Just want to point that out before you get started with your hat. These changes we do as we go along on the video, and I just wanted to point out before you get started on your hat that we have those changes there as well. Also, I want to show you how it looks with a little pom-pom on top. As you can see, it looks very cute and pretty. I have this other one here. It's the white one, and I think they both look adorable. So enjoy the video, and thank you for watching. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Crochet for Baby. Today I will show you how to do this beautiful hat. It's a hat that has been requested by 2 of our friends, Jeanette Lopez and Live and Learn. They're both subscribers and they've asked me to do a hat based on a stitch that I showed them a while back. It's stitch number 45. I did that one in Spanish, and unfortunately I haven't had time to do that one in English, but if you happen to see the stitch and you like it and you want me to do subtitles, please let me know. I'd be glad to do that for you. But it's a beautiful stitch. Baby blankets look very pretty as well. But for today's tutorial, I will show you how to do this really cute hat for a baby, a newborn 0 to 3 months. So let's get started. To begin, we need to do the rim of the hat. The first thing is we're going to do 5 chains, 1 more. On the second chain from the hook, we're going to insert this and grab the back loop, do a slip stitch on the next chain, same thing, back loop, slip stitch, back loop, slip stitch, and back loop, slip stitch. And chain 1, turn, and the same thing. Grab the back loop and do a slip stitch. There we go. And 1 more. There we go. So you're going to continue this way until it measures the size that you want, and once it's done it should look something like this. Like I said, mine measures 32 centimeters and I did 92 rounds. So once you have this, we need to join both ends. So I like to put both ends like this, insert my hook through this very first loop that you see here where we started, grab the loop that's here and introduce this loop to the front like that, and chain 1. Again, we're going to insert our hook back into that same space there, that first one, grab the back loop of the first one back here and do a slip stitch. Again, on the next stitch, insert your hook, grab the back loop of that second stitch and slip stitch. You will continue this way until you have 4. And like that. This is what it looks once it's joined. This is going to be the back, this is going to be the front. This is what it looks like. So the first thing we need to do once we have it done is turn it over so we're facing the front, chain 1 and work a single crochet right here in this little space that's right next to our first stitch, and then again we're going to work another single crochet. As you can see, there's a stitch that's a bumpy, it looks kind of bumpy, and then in between that right here there's a little bar there, and then we're just going to work our single crochets right there in that stitch. So work single crochets all around, and I will meet you back here again to see what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. I just need to join here to the beginning with a slip stitch. There we go. In total I have 46 single crochets, and that should give us we should be okay with our multiples there. So on the next row we're going to chain 3. Immediately in this space right here we're going to insert our hook and work a double crochet, 1 more double crochet, Now these three chains count as one double crochet now. Chain one and back again into that same space and work a double crochet. We're going to work another stitch here. We're going to count 1, 2, and on the third one we're going to work another stitch. 3 double crochets, chain 1, and 1 more double crochet back in that same space. And again, 1, 2, 3, work a double crochet, another double crochet, 1 more, chain 1, and double crochet. Continue this way until you get here to the end, and I'll show you what you need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. All I need to do here is join here where we have the 3 chains with a slip stitch. Now to work the next round, what we need to do is we need to turn our work, turn our hat like this. If you notice, the working yarn is now towards the back. We haven't done anything and we have this loop here. So what we need to do is there's a double crochet right here and there's a stitch. We're going to insert our hook right there on top of that double crochet and work a slip stitch right there and 1 more inside our chain 1 space. Okay, that puts us in where we need to start working our stitch. So we're going to chain 3 and 2 more double crochets inside this chain 1 space. Chain 1 and double crochet. We're going to work what we just did, the slip stitch part, on every row so our stitch comes out nice and even. So we're going to work another 3 double crochets inside this chain 1 space, chain 1 and double crochet, and again 3 double crochets. There we go, chain 1 and double crochet. Continue this way until you come to the end, and I'll show you what you need to do for the next round. Okay, I'm here at the end. All I need to do now is join here with a slip stitch to the beginning of the row. Now we need to do the same thing we did for row 2. We need to turn our hat and then turn, and our yarn is on the back now of our hook, and we need to work our slip stitch. Remember, we have this double crochet right on top of there. There's a space. Do a slip stitch, and inside the chain 1 space another slip stitch. Now we need to work 3 chains and do 2 more double crochets inside that chain 1 space. Chain 1 and 1 more double crochet. Next one, we're going to do another stitch here inside the chain 1 space, 3 double crochets, chain 1 and double crochet. 1 more, 3 double crochets in the chain 1 space, there we go, chain 1 and double crochet. Continue this way and I'll show you what we need to do for the 4th row, so I'll see you then. Okay, I'm here at the end. All I need to do is join here to the beginning of the row with a slip stitch. Now we need to do our 4th row. We're going to turn, flip our hat like that. Our working yarn is towards the back, our hook is in the front. We need to work a slip stitch right here where we have our double crochet in that space there on top. Insert your hook and slip stitch into the chain 1 space and chain 3. Work 2 more double crochets inside the space, 1, 2, chain 1 and double crochet. Again, we're going to work the same stitch here inside this chain 1 space, 3 double crochets, chain 1 and double crochet. Again, 3 double crochets in the next chain 1 space, chain 1 and double crochet. Continue this way for a couple more rounds. Okay, I've made it here to the end of my 6th row. I flipped it over so that I can start my 7th row, and on my 7th row I will start using a smaller hook. The reason being is that this stitch is a little bit more open than the others that we've worked before, so my hat is a little bit wider. So I want it to start taking shape for the crown of the hat. So what we're going to do is, instead of working with your normal 3.5mm hook that you've been working this on, we're going to switch to 3mm. So nothing changes, everything's the same. We're just going to insert our hook here and work our slip stitch, work another slip stitch inside the chain 1 space, and chain 3. This is not going to change, just the size of the hook that is changing. So continue this way until we come to the end. I think I'm going to do maybe 2 or 3. I'll let you know at the end how many I do. It all depends on what shape it's taking. So I'll meet you here at the end once we have our 2 or 3 rows completed. I think I may only do 2, but we'll see. So I'll meet you here after, and to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I made it back here. I only did 2 rows with the 3mm crochet hook. I think now I'm going to switch to a 2.5mm hook and do 2 more rows. We're going to work these 2 rows, and I'll meet you back here after we do these 2 rows to see what it looks like. Okay, I made it here to the end. As you can see, our hat's starting to take shape for the crown. Now we need to work our first reduction row, but first we need to do a row with single crochets all around. So I joined, I'm going to chain 1, there we go, and then in this double crochet here, work a single crochet, work a single crochet on the next, a single crochet here in this chain 1 space, a single crochet here in the middle. Did I skip one? Let me see. Nope, here in the middle, single crochet on the next. So basically we're just single crocheting all around each of these stitches that we have here that form our fan. So continue this way all around, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what the next step is. Okay, I've made it here to the end. As you can see, I have my last stitch. I'm just going to join to the beginning here with a slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1, and now we're going to start working our first row of reductions. So the first one is we're going to insert our hook here in the first single crochet, and insert your hook on the next single crochet and close. On the next single crochet, just work a normal single crochet, but on the next one we need to do a reduction stitch. So there we go. Continue this way all around until you come to the end, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what the next step is. Okay, I made it here to the end of this first row of reductions. The next row we're just going to continue. We're not going to join with a slip stitch like we've normally been doing. I'm just going to work my next stitch. My last stitch here was a normal single crochet, so now I need to work a reduction stitch. So I'm going to just work that here. The next one I have a single crochet. The next one I'm going to work a reduction stitch, and then again the next one is a single crochet and a reduction stitch on the next 2. So work in this manner until you get to the end, and I'll show you what we need to do here for the next row. Okay, I've made it here to the end of this row. My last stitch is a single crochet. We're going to do 1 more row in this reduction pattern. So what you need to do is, my last stitch here was a single crochet, so now I'm just going to work another reduction stitch. We're not going to join, slip stitch, or nothing. We're just going to go around in the same way that we've been working on for 1 more round. So continue in this manner until you come to the end, and I'll see you there to show you what the next step is. Okay, I made it here to the end of this row. We're going to do 1 more row, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to work reductions. So my last stitch here was a single crochet. Now I'm going to work a reduction stitch. On the next one I'm going to work just a normal single crochet, and on the next one I'm going to work a reduction stitch. So we're going to continue this way until you come to the end, and I will meet you here to show you what the next step is. Okay, I made it here to the end. I'm not going to work another row. I'm just going to finish my 1 single crochet, and then here to the beginning of the row I'm going to join with a slip stitch, cut my yarn, and pull my yarn through the stitch here. There we go. This is what it looks like. We have this is the hole that we have to finish off now. So to do that, I'm just going to grab here, insert my hook again, pull a loop, and make a knot there. So the first thing is I'm gonna put this yarn through this needle. Let me see, and we're gonna weave this yarn through these stitches here. So every other stitch. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 more, 5. Right there. And I think I can do 1 more right here. So I weaved this needle, if it fits through. No, it's not going to fit because that's a tiny stitch, so we'll put it here. There we go. So I'm going to take my needle off and pull, and that closes our little hole that was left there. Tie it, cut your yarn, weave your ends, and your baby hat is done. Let me turn it over. This is my good side. This is what the top of the hat looks like. And here's the finished baby hat. And there you have it. I hope you like this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.